Got another W at home against Unai Emery.
Say no flow.
Can't settle for 1 point, gotta get 3. Unfortunately, Manchester United currently occupy 4th place. Gotta get another trophy and top 3. Villa was unbeaten in 10. Past tense cause that was then. You can do all that you want in your Aston Villa, but respect our Stretford and I won't say it again. Glazer, I don't wanna see them again. Bruno slander, I don't wanna hear it again. Arsenal second in the league, if they don't win Prem, then fam, I won't see it again. I said Villa was unbeaten in 10. Past tense cause that was then. You can do all that you want in your Aston Villa, but respect our Stretford and I won't say it again. Glazer, I don't wanna see them again. Bruno slander, I don't wanna hear it again. Arsenal second in the league, if they don't win Prem, then fam, I won't see it again. Got another W at home against Unai Emery. Can't settle for 1 point, gotta get 3. Unfortunately, Manchester United currently occupy 4th place. Gotta get another trophy and top 3. Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms on my solo. On today, we are going to talk about Manchester United's crucial victory against Villa. Look, Manchester United got the W. Look, this is revenge. This is revenge after all of the stress Villa gave us in their home run. If I can remember correctly, they smoked us 3-1. Unai Emery has been a revelation for Aston Villa. And quite frankly, Manchester United needed redemption and we got redemption, you get me, against Villa. So Manchester United got that crucial victory, got those 3 points, and you know what, it was a crucial victory, especially after dropping 3 points, or 2 points should I say, against Tottenham. Look, this is a game that we had those 3 points wrapped up in a bag, and you know, Manchester United should have put a nice distance away from, you know, the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Villas and all of those teams that put it to bed, top 4 wrapped up, you get me. But you know, we find ourselves in a position where it could have been a bit tricky. But you know what, Man United got that all-important victory. And I would say again, look, Tottenham, they got beaten against Liverpool. They got smashed against Liverpool. And, you know, Liverpool's on a nice little run. But Tottenham, look, we gave them grace. And look what happens. Following week against Liverpool, get smoked. Man United's the only team away from home where these teams can be coming and getting some sort of joy and victory. I don't like that. At home, we've been showing teams that we're a fortress. We beat big top teams, you know what I mean? And I feel like at home there's always that bit of confidence, and I'm glad that, you know, we've got a few more home games to totally wrap up. I reckon if we win all of our home games, then ultimately we should be in a good place to what do you call it? We should be in a good place to be securing top 4 Champions League, man. So look, I'm gonna get into it, man. And let me get into this game. So obviously Manchester United are still out. No Varane, no Martinez, and we're in a position where we have to be fielding our centre-back pairing. Our new Varane, our new Martinez, Luke Shaw and Lindelof. And I must say, Luke Shaw, that discovery, he's a revelation at centre-back. I mean, playing him at centre-back and him having the impact and looking so composed, looking so natural. Look, that was a big steal. You know what? Before I would say, giving Luke Shaw that extra contract extension. I mean, it's done already anyway, but I was just like, you know, before I would have been like, I'm not really feeling it. I don't know. I feel like we need to upgrade. I know he's been okay, but up and down. We don't want that. We want quality star signings, you know, in our team going forward. But him playing centre back, I must say, is just star quality, man. Him and Lindelof's partnership is amazing. And they held it down. Look, we're up against the Aston Villa side where they've been unbeaten in 10 games, a couple of draws here and there, but unbeaten in 10 games. And more importantly, they scored in each of those 10 games. And Manchester United, lo and behold, has come, you know, lined up against them. Shaw, Lindelof kept a clean sheet and taken 3 points. Look, that says a lot. It says a lot. Manchester United done a job in keeping Villa quiet, putting Watkins in a back pocket and walking away with a victory. You know what I mean? And no one can really say, Aston Villa weren't on it that day, or they weren't in form, or X, Y, and Z. Look, they had their players. Liam Bailey was giving it a big in online to Sancho. Look, Sancho came back and responded and said, look, gave man the emoji eyes like, wow, go on, what are you saying? I thought you were saying that raw. We'll see when we come to, look, at the end of the day, you came to our home. Yeah, and we got the W. No response, silence, and that's what we like. That's what we like to hear, man. Because Man United, yeah, has got bigger fish to fry. We just need to secure this top 4. We got bigger fish to fry. So look, Manchester United, we've got a really good way, right, of silencing these top teams. When we perform well, like again against City, you know, we deployed Fred, De Bruyne, silenced De Bruyne, got the victory again there. It was a tough game, don't get me wrong, but we have a really good way of silencing these teams that look all high and mighty and look like they're revolutionary and look like they're great. If we play our game right, we'll silence them. Same thing that we did with Barcelona, like in Europa. Obviously we're out, but they got silenced again. That when we are on job, on our A game, we silence any team. It doesn't matter. Look, I'm hoping that we can carry that form again in that final against City, man. Obviously, it's neutral ground, Wembley, and so you know, it's a bit iffy. But look, I'm hoping that with our fans selling out that arena, man, hopefully we can feel like we're at home. The players feel like they're at home, and we get the W. Look, let's talk about that game though. Look, for me, there were some key talking points. One, Aston Villa, man, playing that high line. Aston Villa playing that high line played into Manchester United's hands, man. Because Manchester United, if there's one thing that helps us do what we do, is the opposition playing a high line. Look, you don't be playing a high line when you got man that Rashford there on top form, running in behind. Look, the warning signs were there. First half, the warning signs were there. We were like testing the back line. We were trying to break their offside trap. We weren't coming off too well. Like we was kept on getting caught offside here and there. But when we found our rhythm, we're timing it well. Look, all it took was one man, ball over the top, and Erik ten Hag backed it up. He said, you know what, that's not our game plan, was to go over the top, go long, and find guys like Rashford. And he timed the run perfectly on one of those at the end of one of those passes, got the shot off. Although the shot was tamed, look, at the end of the day, Martinez could only push it wide and push it into the path of Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno Fernandes, I have to commend him because Bruno was vigilant. Bruno was on job. You know what I mean? He was following up that run because he knew, if anything gets like spilled, he's going to be there to follow up with that. And I like that, man. He put it in and he went up to the fans and he gave them the death stare. And it was just like, you understand? I don't know what the issue is with the Villa fans and Bruno Fernandes. I don't know what he's done. Maybe it stems from the first leg. Maybe he got on their nerves or done something then. You know how Bruno gets when he's riding up the opposition. Maybe it's that. I don't know, but it seems like they were onto him in that game against Villa. They were onto him. So I'm glad that Bruno Fernandes got the last laugh in that game. So for me, I was happy. We dispatched of them. Another thing as well, is Lindelof, is the perfect like sort of rotate like squad player. Like when you call upon Lindelof, he answers. Yes, I know Lindelof wants more game time, but you can't really obviously you can't be displacing Varane and Martinez when they're fit. You can't really. But when Lindelof comes on, fire. And I was tired of him playing with guys like Maguire, because Maguire and him just don't work well together. But when he's paired up against Martinez, when he's paired up against Luke Shaw, look, we can see the outcome. None of us can really sit here and say we really missed Varane and Martinez yesterday. None of us really could say that we missed them, because Luke Shaw and Lindelof done such a great job. I remember Lindelof, man, clearing balls off the line, headering it off, clearing it off the line, last ditch sort of attempts where, if it weren't for him, we're going down or we're conceding a goal and they're equalising. Look, Lindelof played a crucial part in that game, man. For me, he was the man of the match for me. Him was the man of the match, followed by Luke Shaw, because those two, look, Varane, take your time, get well, get fit. Martinez, I'll see you next season. We've got Luke Shaw, the new Martinez 2.0. We've got Lindelof, the new Varane 2.0. And them, man, are doing an exceptional job. So, man, them, take your time. Look, another one is, Manchester United as well. I feel like, looking at Rashford, when over the last couple of games, him playing on the left has been a bit quiet, I must say. It's been a bit tame. He's not been tracking back as much. Feels like he's been exhausted. He's not been helping out the defense too much. But I feel like, over the last couple of games against Brighton, he went through the middle at times, and then at the game against Villa, he played through the middle. I feel like he was potent in that position. His finishing was off, don't get me wrong. His finishing was poor, and I feel like if it was more clinical, if we had a more clinical front three, Manchester United will be dispatched of a lot of these teams. It'll be done and dusted. Sevilla, all of these teams will get done and dusted because if you're putting 4 past them in the first half, it's a wrap. You see what Newcastle's doing, dispatching teams like that. They even got the mojo to come back. And I feel like if we had a clinical front three, it'll be the same thing. It'll be just smoke season. But at the end of the day, we haven't. And what Rashford was doing was a consistent form. He was stretching their defense. It was giving them man something to think about. Them man can't be free and do what they want to do because they know that they've got to keep an eye on Rash. And that was the constant thing that Rash was doing. And I feel like that also has a mental block on like their defense. It has a mental block on their players because they're thinking, you know what, we got to watch out. We can't just be all free and careless because he's going to be about. And we saw what Rashford did. So playing him through the middle, I feel like it worked. It worked. And I feel like we just need to juggle it between playing Rash, picking our moments where we play him through the middle or play him out wide. You know what I mean? I know that Martial got another 90 minutes of rest. He got another day of rest. And that's good for him. And hopefully when we call upon Martial, he'll be fit and ready. I'm not 100% sure if he's match fit yet because, you know, I don't know why Eric Ten Hag didn't start him, but it must be that he's not match fit. We saw him in the last game. When he came on as a sub, he really didn't have an impact. And the other players like Fred and them, man, it was a negative impact, should I say. Do you know what I mean? But let's hope like when he does come on and when he does play in the next game, you know, he'll be, you know, right on it, like smack bang on it, and it will just be performing. But it was a big victory, and I must say, look, so we're what is it? 9 points ahead of Tottenham now with a game in hand. Look, clear. We're clear. And Liverpool, we are probably around 7 points with them, again with the game in hand. So we're in a comfortable position. Obviously, Liverpool's on a nice run. They're looking like they want to be trying to have something to say. And if you look at all of their remaining fixtures, Liverpool, they'll all look very winnable. All very winnable. And I won't be surprised if Liverpool do sneak in top 4. But as for Man United, you know, we just got to focus on our thing and do what we want to do. Hopefully, if Liverpool sneak through, you know, that could be a whole Bellingham situation coming up again. Who knows? Because I thought it was down to them qualifying top 4. You know, if it gives them that extra bit of money, maybe they will be in that Jude Bellingham talk. And for that very reason, I probably want Newcastle and want Man United to hold it down. But at the same saying that, you know, if Newcastle make top 4 as well, which it looks like they are, look, the floodgates open, man. In terms of the players that they'll be attracting, the floodgates open in terms of the more money that they're bringing in, that revenue which allows them to spend more money in the market. So it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one, but Man United could only focus on what we need to do, which is get top 4, because obviously it will help us attract the players that we need to attract going forward, improving the squad. You know, we've been linked with the likes of Gravenberch, we've been linked with the guys, who's the other ones, like I don't know, the Brighton midfielder, I can't remember his name now. What's his name? It'll come to me later. You know, we've been linked with a few guys, and we need Champions League football. We need Champions League football, man. We need these guys coming to Manchester United and having a reason to come, not just because of peas, but, you know, we need to be providing these players with the biggest tournaments to be playing in, and that's Champions League. And we've got to be in there, man. We've got to be in there, and Man United need to be in a tournament like that. So I'm glad that we're on route. I'm glad we're on track, but we can't rest on our laurels, and we can't like slack, you know, because as you've seen, our waveform is terrible. And if you go on 2 back-to-back runs where we lose and catch a L, then, you know, we're right back in a rat race, and we're going to be competing for top 4. All of a sudden, you're looking over your shoulder and you've got Villa and Liverpool breathing on your neck. So we don't really want that, man. And, you know, I feel like it'll be interesting as well because Arsenal's got to play Newcastle soon as well. They've got to play them in a couple of games time. I think like Arsenal's got 1 game, then they've got Newcastle. So that's going to be an interesting game. You know what I mean? It's going to be an interesting game. We'll see how that ends. Either way, Arsenal is going to want to win that to keep the pressure on. So they're going to have to go all out. And at the same time, Newcastle at home as well is going to be a tough team. They obviously don't want to be slipping down the pecking order. They want to hold on to their top 3 as well. Ultimately, they want top 4, but they want to hold on to their top 3. Saying they ain't going to want to lose that. They're at home. Arsenal's away. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be an interesting one. And I feel like Manchester United, we just need to be there to capitalise on whatever the result looks like. We need to be there to capitalise. And I feel like we will. Like Manchester United got the W, and I'm gassed. But until next time, peace. Remember though, to like, comment and to subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know who your man of the match was. Let me know what your views were on that game against Villa, man. But until then, peace.